As you can see, juggling academics and sports is not an easy thing to do. That's why I want to know, when I'm done playing this, am I going to be adequately prepared to enter into the real world after I'm done playing my sport? Hi, my name is Tyler Bolton Furman, and let's take a closer look at what goes on behind the student-athlete development process. Upon arrival at universities, NCAA student-athletes oftentimes have trouble adjusting and becoming prepared for life after their collegiate sport. Participating in collegiate sport is an emotionally and physically draining part of life, which makes it hard to concentrate on academics. The primary problem goes back to one of the key points we made in class, which is the fundamental paradox of ethical issues of sports in general. There's this mentality of win at all costs, which sometimes means academics will be sacrificed. The irony is that the NCAA firmly emphasizes the student and athlete first, when in reality, most participators in collegiate sport are athletes first and then students. So, let's take a look at some statistics. 75% of NFL players end up either broke or divorced within 5 years of playing their last game. Additionally, only 1 in 16,000 high school athletes will turn professional. Also, athletes train 35 to 40 hours a week in the gym with no time for real-world preparation. For 4 years, the sport that they play is almost like their full-time job. So as you can see, the probability of an NCAA student-athlete turning pro is very low. This brings up a key point. How much time should athletes truly put into their sport when a very large percentage of them will never play professionally? How much time is too much time, and are they adequately being prepared, and what more can be done? As you can see, outside of baseball, which still stands at a mere 11.6%, all the other major sports are between 0 and 2% chance of going pro. These numbers are staggering, and it makes you question whether enough is being accomplished in the classroom. There's a common misconception in that a lot of people think NCAA athletes perform worse than their non-athlete peers. According to data from the NCAA and what they would have you believe, NCAA athletes actually perform better than the average non-athlete. However, this data should be brought into question because it includes part-time students who take longer, usually additional 2 years, to graduate, if they even graduate at all. So, in reality, NCAA athletes are performing at a lower level. When the bias is removed, the real problem lies with the big-time revenue-making sports such as football and basketball. These two sports are 17.7% below the average non-athlete. Stress also plays a large part in the struggle of the student-athlete. Many athletes become frustrated with academics for various reasons, such as missing class or trips, and instead of doing something about it, they just continue to fall more behind. If we are to help correct this issue, there needs to be help outside of just academic tutoring. Most large universities actually have a student-athlete development department which will provide much-needed counseling for athletes. Other activities that universities offer include retreats, alcohol education workshops, social media training, talent shows, and community events. More and more organizations are beginning to recognize the need for additional help outside of the university. A nonprofit company called Life After Sports focuses on educating and preparing athletes for life upon graduation. They primarily target freshman student athletes and offer services such as counseling, networking, and even job shadowing and interning. This organization has been very successful as it is a good recruiting tool for coaches who want athletes with good character, and it strengthens the athletes' ties with the university. Overall, numbers are improving. The percent of college athletes earning a degree is at a career-high 82% right now, compared to 65% in 2004. The big-time sports are still a problem, however, and it is important to connect these athletes to programs such as Life After Sports or get them heavily involved with the Student-Athlete Development Department. What else can be done, you ask? Well, now that I'm ready to graduate, I'm ready to give advice to athletes that are younger than me. We can give freshman athletes responsible peer mentors such as fellow athletes to help them along the road. We can provide on-campus counseling for athletes whenever they need it, and we can become creative in the programs that we offer within the Student-Athlete Development Department. My name's Tyler Bolton Furman, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.